Omen decision over the Astra, but is what it is. Folks, map number 3 between Sentinels and Soniqs starting off right now, and it's most of the players from Soniqs heading up over towards C Long.
Yeah, there's a light cam from Dapper, and with no duelists on the Sonic side, you really need to rely on those flashes, those guiding lights to really work your way in, and to have those smokes to really obscure positions and use those mollies to clear out angles. And Dapper, sitting right in the smoke himself, he's going to get all this information that okay, nobody's working their way up long. Be ready for an A play. Is an alarm bot set up early, or even be ready for this B play, and they are prepared. One person already watching, that's going to be Shazam, and Sick and Zom's all ready for a quick rotation. There's that instant reaction, and there's Tens getting a first kill. He can even dash and smoke, and it's a free dash, but he wants to maybe overcommit, maybe a little bit too much in that situation.
Yeah, potentially so. There were a couple of players there ready for that trade. And in the end, yeah, it is overstretching boundaries a little bit. Look at Shazam, though, covering up that entry with those shock darts, and it does a whole lot of damage, chunking down a couple of players from Soniqs down to half health. And this just makes Soniqs' job a whole lot easier. No, Sick's job a whole lot easier. He ends up getting 3 for his favor, and now it's just down to Ian in a 1v2. Still has the Ghost, and still has Sick, who is healing up in the corner to deal with. Sick plays the round, plays his position to attack. And this is the Sentinels that we were missing from most of these pistol rounds. That one was fun, to say the least. Dapper early on going to be able to get a kill. Still that classic back in the hands of Ian. And he's actually able to win out a battle against Tens. So that's a fun one over towards Long. But that's Tens really making up a lot of very close space in a Long. Is I assume it's optimal. Okay, of course, Dapper's working out over towards C Long, but I don't really think that Sentinel should be going as aggressive as they were trying to do over in A-Long. But I guess that's a little bit of a rant. Still Plix now in a 1v4. Still has a classic over towards that back end. Still has some decent util too. That Hawk. Well, he's trying to flash their way right into sight. Shazam pulling out a recon bolt from behind. A little bit awkward. But it is what it is. 2-0 going back over towards Sentinels. No issues.
Towards Long. This time he's got an operator. We know Tens. He is deadly on it.
Yeah, no, there you go. He's going to be able to get one free one, utilizing that dash right after 2. He's still looking for a second, still has that ping against the wall, and he actually did get a hit onto Bob right through. Some more damage being done, and Shazam around the corner, helping out Tens from that long range, helping out from that close range. Shazam getting a big one off that Spectre, upgrading to a Phantom, and now Soniqs are left up against the ropes over in Long.
Yep, there's that aggressive peek again. It works out so well. Sentinels taking the fight very early on at a round like this. When you have the lesser guns, try to close the gap, create your own advantage, and Shazam is already going to find 3 kills, and not going to be able to get the 4th, unfortunately. Bob, she's in a pretty awkward position. Not really many places she could run to, but she could get a couple of kills. Never mind. Tens is already holding with the operator. Like this solo play like we're seeing here early on A site, right? With that wall going up early to allow the cross, Tens is going to try and beat it out. 2 share shots account for 2 players down towards mid, and with Tens getting that information, nobody back towards A lobby, and that Hour Drone as well, netting so much information. Did that recon dart from the Hour Drone tag 2 things at once?
Is that a thing?
I did not know that was a thing.
I didn't think Owl Drone could collide. I think you might be insane.
Maybe it's just a Shazam diff, who knows?
No, we'll see a replay of that later, most likely. But here we go. Tens with a big opportunity for potentially a collab, but he's only able to get one right onto Bob, but gets a whole lot of information, spotting out at least 3 different heads. Soniqs now, mostly over towards short. There's a couple players in long as they split off in 2 and 2. Crunchy and Ian trying to get as close as possible. Do like that hot hands in terms of just a time-wasting angle, but Tens has to be here ready for that approach. Ian ends up going down dizzy, gets sick after Sick gets flashed out. Tens down with a shorty alongside the off. He's going to be able to get 3 for now. The shorty goes out, and unfortunately his prey runs away. Yeah, there you go. He's hunting. But the Predator, unfortunately, is going to get a little bit hungrier. He's going to keep searching for that 4th kill until the next round.
I had no idea that was a thing, but who...
That's probably it.
It could be it. Might not be it, but it could be it. Anyways, with this really short smoke, it gives Tens an opportunity to maybe line something. Okay, this is incredibly smart from Soniqs. They all crouch underneath, knowing that the Brimstone
and
smoke...
they're hugging the wall, too.
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole lot smaller than an Omen smoke, so they need to be cautious. Seekers go in, Cabbages are out, and Tens missing his first opportunity. Seekers are already out, and it's in a free site, at least the left side of sight for Soniqs, but there's at least a Hunter's Fury to try and put a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, the Hunter's Spear really does work out for at least a little bit of late pressure, but the running back should be a little bit better too. And we go! Tens misses out on the right click, but Sick is still able to get that kill. Crunching with a big one onto Zoms, and now he just has to crossfire over towards the back line. An orbital strike coming out at the exact same time, and it's a wide radius. He ends up getting a kill onto Dapper. These last two players from Sentinels still stuck over towards that back line. Plex has to finish off this last one because it's Crunchy that gets
Snake bites, orbs, wall going up as well from the Sage, and then that orbital strike at the very end. It's overwhelming Sentinels, and that could be, again, be the winning case if they can use that util. And there's Flix using that util, is going to find the first, but Tens immediately responds, but it's all a ruse, Gus. It's back to the B site, and rotations right at perfect time here.
Yeah, but wait out for this Omen. It's gonna be at least one more layer of defense here on the B side, and this is just all too cheeky for Zoms. Zoms, no! Going with a little bit of tracking, but Dizzy breaks Zoms' ankles. Ends up bending back and ends up getting the kill. Sick. Go. Oh, he wanted it all. He wanted to jump on top of the wall and potentially get a kill on the player that was running down towards the bottom of mid. Now it's just going to be a long-range battle. There goes that orb in the middle of sight, just making more damage. Dapper trying to go for a defuse. Tens can certainly help out on top of this orb, but it's still so many players to deal with. Starts it off strong with a kill onto Crunchy. Sick in the middle of the smoke, trying to find somebody, but Iron is just in the middle of there. No, Iron is actually outside. Sick is still in the middle of sight, but can't find anything. Finally, it's going to be Iron popping out, getting the kill onto Tens, and a massive flash is going to leave Sick.
Comfortable position economically. It's a very scrappy buy. A Stinger and some light armor for a couple of these players. Sentinels, you lose this round, you'll be fully reset, and Soniqs have a chance to tie things up with a single round win here, albeit we know Sentinels are good on eco rounds.
Yeah, we could see some magic for sure. I'm ready to see Dapper in this raid of Gordy. He does, of course, have that cam up, and he could get some support in Garage, but yeah, this one's gonna be tough. Dapper, his camera's flashed, and he gets flashed again, and Plex goes for the wide swing. Plex Solly acted like a duelist a little bit, and it's working out as now Soniqs not only have post control a little bit, but also the man advantage, but the man advantage is gone. Cheeky.
Tens.
Yeah.
Tens. Huge kill on that flank, and now that he's created a pressure into the back lines, that's going to force a little bit of control from Crunchy. He's like, okay, I got to worry about the flank. And Tens, he's faked a rotation back into Garage, and Crunchy playing for the post-plant Molotov. As Crunchy able to take down Tens. Queen Bob sitting in the Viper's pit, but it's not going to be enough. She goes down, and these last two players, the Molly's already out. There's a golden chance for this defuse. The radius, it's too far big. Shazam can just stick the defuse. There's nothing they can do. Shazam's going to win the round. 5-2 for Sentinels, and it's all because of the positioning of the spike.
Oh, he was sitting on a pixel, being able to defuse. Sentinels win a fifth by the skin of their teeth, and what is Tens doing? Running a blog, getting free!
Down A. One enemy remaining.
The train does not stop, man. Tens keeps on going, but Dizzy's breathed life back into Soniqs. Still, though, there's a flank coming in as well, and I don't even know if he realizes. He has to assume that it's coming in, but a 1 versus 5. Dizzy too far off for a revive. It all comes down to just him. Wall available. Double slower, but a heal, but a crossfire being held. As soon as the contact's made, Dapper's going to be at the ready. Maybe for that swing. Dizzy checking the corner. Oh my goodness, Dizzy.
Whoa.
2 more kills to find, and he's got an idea that there's one on the flank. If Sick goes down, this is unspeakable.
Yeah, no, this is really, really good from Sick, though. Sitting off in this off angle, that's a hard clear from Dizzy that he has to go through, and yeah, no, Sick just sitting in an optimal angle off that.
For Sentinels, and now they're in the same economic position as Soniqs. One person's gonna have to use a pistol. Thankfully, Tens has at least got the Blade Storm of the others. Same thing for Soniqs. Sick putting a lot of pressure. There's even a crunch coming in from Tens as Sick pulls away all of that heat, but can Tens really capitalize off of it? Yes, he can! Yes, he can! Tens with a third. So clean off of this Blade Storm, and he's even gonna find the 4th. Ace incoming possibly, but not enough knives. That is what you love to see. The train does not stop, and he keeps on rolling. Tens with a 4-piece, and Sentinels have got a 7.
Yeah, it's always Tens support
on both the first and second map, but Haven is just their hometown, and to see him have such great control, very nice slash from Sick to help support and get that information as you again see Tens pushing up into sewers to get even more info. This is a very, very well thought out round from Sentinels, at least early on. How do Soniqs adjust? They just slow things down, which is also brilliant.
Yes, yes. Very good discipline. And at this point, it's really just what Soniqs needs. They need some early picks. They need some early information. But it's Sentinels with the early info instead. That Hunter's Fury right outside of Garage doing a lot of damage. And not only that, but getting 2 pings. Just collecting up more info. Just collecting up more time here, Sully.
And now they're corralled in towards mid because Sick has made that push. Tens is consistently holding that sewer area where he can make that dash. And they know the burst plays coming into B site. Zombs, that's that paranoia finally coming to effect. But is he wary of his right side? No, not just yet. He's still going to try and put pressure. There's a chance for a swing. He's going to get dazed and he's going to go down.
And Tens can just hold this angle too. He's going to be able to take down Crunchy. There's another person around the corner. Yes! Does not expect Ian. Watch out for Shazam trying to go for the wide swing. Bob in a good angle, but Bob somehow needs to make it out alive. That Sage wall around the corner can keep it good, but Sick has the opening, and there you go. Bob goes down in a heap. Flicks up close and personal, going up for that flash. Still has a couple more opportunities in the middle of sight for a kill. There goes that curveball. Plix looks away from it. Well done from Plix. That curveball does nothing, and he's.
They knew we're coming. Sentinels still 2 rounds to play within this half, and still a strong buy. An early guiding light goes out, and Tens again taking this space over towards a long, but he's punished by Ian, and that is a massive kill to give up.
Massive kill to give up, and we could see a couple more over towards long. Sentinel still with 3 pillars of defense over in the back of C, just trying to launch out a couple of bullets, just spray them out over towards long. Could have fortunately caught up with a couple of more hits, but still Sonic sticking around. Sully, they might be depending on some noise mid. Oh, never mind. They're just going for it. Orbital strike in the back of sight. It's gonna be Sick trying to stick around and taking down Bob. Great ping for him to be able to do so. Ian still getting a kill over in mid, but more importantly, Sick is holding down C.
Got the info. Ooh, Sick. Looking right into the jaws of Ian, and now he's got a lockdown. Dapper, does he want to go for the repeat? He's not even going to risk it. The spike on the back of Ian. Spike will go down. Shazam on a flank. Prime positioning, but they need to plant in the back of sight. Knowing that Shaz is there, they can't take that plant in the front of sight, and they're wrapping back. They've got 30 seconds. There is a good chance that if they want to, they could wrap and go to whichever site they want, but C seems to be the set piece. Dapper, not too far behind. Cam goes out, so they hear the cam tag, but they don't get the info, and now they know. 10 seconds left. They can play the post plant with that lockdown going in, and it's an effective situation for Soniqs to be in a 2 versus 2, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah. What kind of pressure do they have over towards that back site, too? Just trying to wait up what Sentinels can even try to pull off. Early on with his Owl Drone, this is so good from Shazam. It's so good from Shazam not to even use that Owl Drone early on in the round for the info. He holds on to it, and he's still able to make that approach. He still has a whole lot of util, too. Ian just has only dry peaks to give. And no!
Shazam!
Oh, Blix, that would have been it. But Shazam pulls it off. 1-2 combo again, and it's yet another Red Bull clutch for him.
Dude, I am seeing so many similarities in this entire series, right? You mentioned the setup from, I think it was Dizzy on Even with the same heat. It's a great recovery from them.
Yeah, wonderful recovery after, potentially mental got boomed after, 2 straight insane plays. But let's see how Soniqs can even land here, dude. They're trying to make their way right into A long. They're just trying to, step near A. But they immediately get taken down again. They can't make any headspace. They're still bob over towards long. A couple of players from Soniqs really just contemplating long, period. But Tens. How long has Tens had this same op? Is my
a little bit
for a little bit, right? Still gonna be able to get one with it. Dizzy goes down in a heap after reviving Ian, so still that man advantage for Sentinels is there.
Yeah, and they know this is coming into an A hit. Dapper's got that really deep cam into C. I'm not too sure why Sick has decided to rotate. Maybe they're anticipating an early rotate play, but Shazam gets that peek. Instant reaction from Sick on that C side. He's prepared for the rotation again. Crunchy. 1 smoke left over, and it's all just for a fake. No one is biting, though. Tens has got the info. He can take the peek out towards long. Shazam is watching as well. It is a golden setup here from Sentinels, and with that cam deep C, rotations can come in so quick, and now they're anticipating this B hit because of the info.
And what's the info grab, though? This crossfire could certainly work, but Zom still needs to be here. Dapper on his lonesome.
Oh, Dapper!
Oh, airing out his Phantom and Soniqs. They all walk into his crossfire, and it's Dapper to cap off a 4K, to cap off that.
Been playing. It's only imminent, I feel, but Soniqs now on their defensive side. Don't get me wrong, this is a very defensive composition.
No, absolutely. Soniqs, they're playing up with one of the more powerful double comps or controller comps that we're going to be seeing for really quite a while in this meta. KJ and Viper next to each other is going to be so massive, but you also put in the Sage, you also put in the Brim. It is just util dump on top of util dump, Sully, for this entire Soniqs lineup.
Shazam deep in the sewers. Turret's gonna give his info. Plix, he can make a pop flash and he's gonna go for the swing. Shazam not able to get out. The timing not on his side, but Dapper has made a little bit of space up towards long. Alarm bot triggers, Swarm goes out, so they're actually baiting a decent bit of utility here coming out from Soniqs. Yes, they're at a man disadvantage, but the utility, I'd say 100% is right now in the favor of Sentinels, right? They can rework into a site if they feel they need to, and they're gonna rework back in day. The Viper wall going down at the perfect moment. Dapper, he was so crisp to close out the half. He's got to kick it off here in the second alongside Tens as they walk up long.
Ian able to take down 2 and well swoop.
Left.
Getting both Dapper and Tens lined up. It's going to be Thompson picking up another kill on 2. Plix, Crunchy. Up close and personal over towards short. It's a little bit of an awkward scenario against Sick, but he still wins out the battle. Just about 17 seconds left. It's going to have to be Zoms having to sprint. 14 seconds left. Zoms now through the garage, and if I'm not mistaken, Zoms should have time to get this plant. It's wild that he's even able to make it here.
Yeah, last second in a 1v3. Now, this is the situation that we saw him do in the last clutch. Dapper did it as well on our map of Bind. You are in a disadvantage. You need to create your own advantage. But Zoms has 1 paranoia to his name and a frenzy with 30 bullets left.
I love how you mentioned the paranoia because I saw Zoms going into the back of sight and I'm like, oh my, he's about to do it. He's about to dry paranoia and get himself 3 kills because why not? But in goes Soniqs. All 3 players going in towards the back of sight, and Zoms essentially dry going in for this paranoia. Gonna be able to tag 2 actually with that paranoia, but it is Crunchy that goes unblind, and it is Crunchy who gets the kill.
These pistols can get kills. They know they can win rounds like this, and we'll see if they can do it here. Soniqs, heavy util towards the A side. Plix is going to get the early info in towards sewers. Play that close angle as the wall goes up towards B. It's a stronghold right now for Soniqs, but it could all break down with a quick burst. But Dizzy up top is going to be good for the first frag on the B, and that should slow down Sentinels tremendously.
Nice re-smoke in the front of garage too. It's just going to delay more time, but Sentinels, they have a lot of time to waste. They have a lot of time to wait. They can just stick around this mid area and just try to work out as much util usage from their opponents as possible, and indeed they're doing so with these smokes outside of garage.
A lot of time wasting for Soniqs. Recon bolt.
Standing ahead.
They know one is going to be here. No. Crunchy doesn't even break it. Tens is gonna slip through the first moment. Great recognition from apologies from Bot in the back to drop a quick snake bite, and well, even more pressure. Yeah, they're getting garage control, but there's no way they can work into it. So much damage done. I think at this point, the round is already lost here for Sentinels. Try again. With only just pistols, you didn't expect too much, but Soniqs, wow, they really controlled this round perfectly.
Yeah, they really did. It's really just Sentinels kind of. I'm not going to say letting off the gas pedal, but almost certainly in terms of pace and in terms of physical movement, Sentinels just wanted to control the mid side and putting on the brakes, pretty much just allowing Soniqs to play.
They've won their bonus rounds. Yeah, they've been nice, right? They've been nice with it. They've won with Sheriffs as well. Now they've got 5 Spectres. This should be a pretty strong round, and knowing Bob, she'll be good to at least delay, right? Snakebite goes out to try to lure them into the site as the stack starts to come in. Guiding light down towards middle, checks for no one towards the B side. But rotations, they are a little bit slow. Paranoia set up here for Zoms, and that's going to be the entry. Tens is going to dash in. He takes a little bit of hit from the apologies from the snakebite.
Whoa.
But there is just too much action going on. And somehow, some way, Sentinels clear it out like it's nobody's business.
Too much action going on. That is the name of the game when you got yourself a flash and dash. Out goes the paranoia. Out goes the dash from Tens. And they're able to sweep up the C site with a barrage of pixels on that C site, with a barrage of individuals. As Sentinels They were able to overwhelm Soniqs in the back line, and just like that, Crunchy, who might have had a little bit of a chance rotating back from their spawn, well, yeah, no chance for now. It is done and dusted, as now Dizzy is the last person remaining in a 1v4. And did Dapper get that information? I think he did. That sucks.
Fortunately, Soniqs with their 5 Spectres, I maybe put too many expectations on them. It's a really good paranoia because you can see where those X's lie on that C site. Zomsy threw it from the cubby back towards T long. It's a really nice lineup. It works perfectly, gets 2 players blind, and Tenzo especially.
Potentially so. But Sonic still has that drive back, and not only that, but a couple of ultis are actually kind of close to warming up. Sentinels, they really have to pull a couple of tricks from under their sleeve to try to pull away this round, because Sully, again, I just think that this round is 8 for the game. Sentinels wins this one out, and they essentially have a 12th round confirmed under their belt, or they can at least make it to a 12 point. They put themselves in a very similar position as they were against Evil Geniuses just yesterday with a 12-5 scoreline. They ended up closing that one out. Yeah. But, yeah, still Sentinels. They have a lot of cushion. They can make it a whole lot better, though. They want to look for a little bit of a burst on the A site. This could get a little bit fun. Smoke goes out over in heaven. It's a full 5-man split on A. Early hot hands right in the middle of long. So that's going to split up the approach. But Sick is still able to get a kill on 2. At least 1 player in the back of that line. Crunchy now, the last person remaining, essentially over and short, and Crunchy is able to get 2! Shazam still taking back the kill against Plix, but Crunchy is still living in short, trying to delay time for this rotation, and he's still getting kills! Crunchy holding down the line, Zoms was looking the other way, Crunchy could have had 4! Still another 2v2 post-plant, Sully.
Yeah. This is tricky to play against because there's a flank coming in from Ian and Bob. She's up top. The Viper Wall is going to disrupt the vision from both these players. The focus automatically becomes back towards defender spawn. And Ian, a chance to find Shazam, but a great recon bolt doesn't reveal his position. And Shazam checking regardless. The ping goes out, and now they know. Shazam dancing around. Zom's good for the first, back towards long, and jumping out of heaven, finding a resting spot. Bob
Pop off. It's been Sentinels really choking them out.
Yeah, there's really nothing you can do, at least. It feels so overwhelming when Sentinels can just somehow recover from a round like that. Soniqs, it's a long road ahead of them. It was a very good delay on that A site, but they need more replication of that kind of play, where that slow orb comes down and Crunch can find those heroics. You can't rely on one player, and Sentinels, they've been able to break through the defensive line. It's a lighter buy from Soniqs. This should be no different. And like you said, if Sentinels were to win that previous round, you feel like they get onto 12 here. That could be the case. Sentinels working their way back to the A site after Sick gets info towards B mid. They're filling out the site right now, and the wall, it's already down, but it's ready to go up at a second's notice. And Crunchy, apologies, Dizzy is already here, but he walks away.
No
A site
way,
completely
no
opened up,
way.
and Sentinels can just waltz their way in now.
Yeah, retake setup here, Sully, essentially. And that one's going to be it. Crunchy still wants to look over towards that back line, but again, great coverage in terms of util, and it's very low util at that.
Yeah, they didn't really have to expend too much. 2 smokes, recon bolt, and a cage.
Tens.
Use that paranoia. Oh, a little bit awkward, but he still gets one.
No way! Tens just switched off of his gun right as the smoke dissipates, and he's still able to get the kill. Oh, that one gets me going. Still, it's going to be Shazam getting another kill against Crunchy, and Dapper finally getting 2 against Bob and Ian. Oh, man.
These for Soniqs, 2, 3 actually super important ones. That Viper's Pit ready to be activated on the C side as soon as the pressure's a little bit too much. Orbital Strike to deny. Killjoy ultimate lockdown for the retake. Our drone goes up. That should at least scope out where the main focus should be. And it looks like Sentinels are going to go for a really early split. Sentinels going to try and set something up with the old Hunter's Fury. No real tags coming into play, but Sick has found at least a little bit of gap into Garage. Information that there's at least 2 players here, but what can he find? He slipped right through the lines. Ian has got no information that he's already slipped through. It's just up to the guessing game, and Sick is going to be good for the first.
Sick is going to be able to get 1, but Plix was jumping out of the way, and there you go! Sick on his lonesome has cleared out the entire C site. It could potentially go for more. That lockdown going, and Sick is still going! Sick! Closing out this game for Sentinels thus far, but can they really close the book? Can they really close this chapter against the Australians? They surely can. The glory days